Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video of Tokyo Ghoul Dark War. And today's episode, what we're here to do is I want to go through the Tokyo Search game mode and kind of discuss as to what's good about it and why I enjoy it so much. However, we probably won't be able to do too much inside the game mode itself because currently there's a glitch inside the game I didn't really mention last episode because I didn't actually know until now, and it's a pretty big one. So as the update came out for Tokyo Ghoul Dark War, we went through everything inside the options, but as I continued to play the game, I realized that my team is missing roughly about 100,000 power or so. And I was like, that's weird. Turns out, all of my equipment and all of my inventory has been wiped completely of all items, all shards, and all of that. So I no longer have any shards of Noro, I no longer have any shards of, like, I think all of my Tatara shards are gone, all of my... I think Iwao was the last SR I had left, and he was at like roughly about 180. He's at 4 now. So that's become an issue in the game. I did email the Game Samba support, and they did say that is supposedly a display issue. So if you're experiencing a similar issue, personally, I'm just waiting until they fix the issue so that I'll be able to actually play the game viably. Because this is a pretty big one. That's a really big issue, and I'm glad they didn't drop it on both iOS and Android at the same time. And that's kind of why the iOS update is delayed in general, because issues like this do arise. Big bugs where you lose your entire inventory do happen. And on iOS, you can't set up an update for the game effectively because the iOS store is so hard to have apps put updates out. Because they have to make sure that every single update is perfect and they don't have any like messed up content inside it. But because of that, it takes a while to get the updates out, and that's why there's kind of a delay between the two. I just want to explain that real quick and explain what the scenario is right now. I did want to stream yesterday, but I figured if I did stream yesterday without any equipment on any of my characters, it's not worth it. I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, and I don't feel like I'm playing video games well if I don't have the actual items that I've been working for, so... I'm sorry about the stream being cancelled. Hopefully we'll be able to do one later on today. I am recording this in the early morning. I have work in roughly about 30 minutes or so, so I'm trying to set this up to render before I take off. Additionally, I actually think I am going to, we're gonna go ahead and go into the draw here. Because I don't really care too much, and it turns out Festival Toka's real fucking strong. And I wouldn't mind pulling her if I ended up doing so. It doesn't matter all that much to me personally, but I just kind of want to pull for her anyway. I just got Kishorima twice in a row. It's almost like our boy is coming home. But yeah, I just want to pull on her anyway, because I realize that even just getting her now is really cool, and I do want to unlock her, and then I'll probably be going harder for other shards and stuff like that as they come out further. Likely a lot of my diamonds are going to go into the draws once at least 3 of the SSRs are out. For right now, I just wanted to use these anyway. We're going to go ahead and go into Tokyo Search, and I'm going to explain this a little bit. I kind of went over it very generally in the last episode, but I've played 5 levels now, so I kind of understand it a bit better. So the techs, you get one of these tech points every single time you complete a 5th quest, I believe, and the tech points can increase certain parts of your, either your crit rate, your drop rate, anything like that. And you can choose between each of the trees depending on what you want to get. For example, I leveled up this first one, I get an extra 1% crit rate. Not a terribly huge upgrade, but still it's good for 5 levels of that is still like, what, 2.5% increased chance to crit? If I don't use Hinami at all times, that's helpful. There's also like dodge rate, there's the hit rate, there's the non-Kagune heroes, like the gun typing. There's a big, or I should probably go through, actually, this explains it perfectly. Because there's now this new typing rhombus that we have, as well as one neutral typing that kind of has every single character have a counter to them. And we'll kind of be going through that at some point to cover who's good against who and why Noro is bad against, or good against Kanekis. Because that's like the main typing that's going to be important to remember. But yeah, Kohaku, we have Ukaku, we have Bikaku, and we have Rinkaku. If you don't actually know the Tokyo Ghoul typings of Kagune, Toka and the owl have Ukaku. It's in the shoulder, like the shoulder blades. Kohaku is the one that Tsukiyama has, which is like the around the arm, and also it can be stuff that like anything that comes out of like the mid back. So shoulder, mid back, and then we have like lower back in Rinkaku, which is the one that Kaneki has, with the 4 tentacles, and it can also be like basically anything that's just out of that part of the body. Yamori, for example, was a Rinkaku. And then finally we have Bikaku, which is Noro, and he's, you know, it comes out of his butt. It's just how it works sometimes. You can boost any one of the things you do, but there's also damage reduction things for each of them. So like 1%, 1%, 1%, and so on. But you can kind of counter certain typings if you're struggling with certain parts of the levels. For example, if your team is based around using Noro and... I don't even know who else uses Bikaku. Noro, Nishiki, and whoever else. I don't care. But you have to do a level of which you have to fight people that are using... Ukaku, because I think that's the one that's weak to. Then you kind of want to use the reduction thing. So it's just kind of planning around that. And the texts do seem to carry over between the different Tokyo Search sessions. I don't know how to phrase that. But it does seem to carry over between the different weeks upon weeks. So the tech level is definitely going to be something to focus on, probably up to the highest tier. I imagine you get to level 5, then you can do level 5, level 5, level 5, and so on all the way through. Imagine it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 for the first 5 tiers of the first level, then probably 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and so on all the way up to the last one where it's 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Alrighty. Additionally, there's also this, of which is, depending on how far you get inside this search thing, you get certain benefits. For example, if you get to the end of it, you get 5 shards of Toka, you get 2 tech points, and a bunch of... Actually, shard chests aren't too bad. Oh, you also get double points for using Toka Summerfest. So there is actually a boosted system on the point system on here. Interesting. We are going to go into this. I also want to point out, the objectives on here actually are different from a lot of the ones you have on the main acts. For example, now they're based on the typings of the characters. So for example, this is Rinkaku only. So all Kaneki against one Tsukiyama. I'm sure he'd have a fucking... He'd nut real hard. Either way, we're going to go ahead and go into this. And we're probably just going to use a basic squad. The first levels aren't too difficult. And my current squad, because they have no equipment anyway, it's not going to be a huge deal. Yeah, on the right or left side, you can actually see that it's Bikaku beats Rinkaku, Rinkaku beats Kohaku, Kohaku beats Ukaku, and Ukaku beats Bikaku. And Gun is neutral. I find it hilarious to be able to say that Gun is neutral, but I love it. But yeah, it's very similar. Actually, in the Tokyo Ghoul manga, they actually explain it in the exact same way that the Dark War is adapting it. In that, in the manga, they go through the typings of Kagune, and like, actually, I think it talked about them having the weaknesses and stuff like that at one point. In Tokyo Ghoul, Shinohara explains it for the first time in the manga, not in the anime, that there's different typings. It's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors as to what's good against what, because certain parts of how Kagune work, kind of, certain parts of certain ones counter certain parts of other ones. What I mean by that is like, Ukaku is based on speed. Speed is good against Bikaku because Bikaku is harder to... It's harder to control, and also it's harder to get attacks off with because Bikaku is usually either huge because it's a huge tail, like Nishiki and Orochi, like Noro and stuff like that. It just makes sense. So you kind of get that sense of, hey, speed boys would be good. But yeah, Ukaku is good against Bikaku, and so on all the way through. I'm not sure why Bikaku would be good against Rinkaku, but I guess, like, typings work anyway. Win without using Kohaku heroes. Unfortunately, I do have my young Arima. Actually, I don't mind. Do you lose stamina if you dip out? You do not lose stamina if you dip out of the quest. Cool. So if you realize that you're using the wrong team, you can always swap it up. So Kohaku is the one that this Arima currently has, as well as this Arima. So we're going to want to put this Kaneki Hafukuja. Actually, a really good team. We have a Bikaku, Ukaku, and Rinkaku. Currently, we're only missing the Kohaku, which is the one that we can't use. So I think this is ideal. I think that's good against... which one are we fighting? We're fighting Ukaku, so we would be wanting to use Kohaku in here. So we're actually not able to use the one that's good against this quest. Interesting. So they're kind of... They're making you plan around fighting the people that you can't beat all that easily. Honestly, Tokyo Search seems like a really good game mode, and once that you see me get my actual items back, I'm going to be going all in on this stuff. Hey there, Chu Hachikawa. Fun fact, Chu actually means kiss, and I would not want to kiss you. I mean, I'm sure you would be delicate. He looks like a biter, you know? That's what he looks like. I also love how, like, I didn't notice it until recently, but the post-battle pose for everyone is usually pretty normal. Like Noro, he does like a little like one whip. Like the owl, he just kind of moves a little bit. Kaneki half Kakuja, he fucking jams out. He goes, yeah, 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 yeah! And it's great. Alrighty, who are we fighting? Oh, Juzo, we have to protect you. Interesting, so this is similar to the thing is, I don't think we ever had a quest where you had to protect someone before. So this is actually really interesting, and it could open up a lot of possibilities for like main story quests as well. Definitely varies up what we're trying to do here. And you have to, I wonder if Arima Ixa shields would affect the teammate as well. Because if so, that kind of explains what's good. Additionally, that guy had the toxin on him, so he would take damage around his area. I need to try and figure out what these status effects actually do. What I might do is try and reroll on a server to find out the tutorial over again. Because when I went through the tutorial in the first place, I didn't expect to actually enjoy this game as much as I did. So I kind of skipped through a lot of the stuff that they were mentioning, and I don't know the status ailments all that well. Mostly because, like, I don't know the efficient way to see it and access the tutorials after they've already passed. So I've just kind of been coasting on the tailwinds of hoping that I know what I'm doing. And usually it works. Usually you don't really have too many issues. Like, you can get the gist of, like, green typings only take 1 damage. Or, you can see Kaneki Fukuja screaming over there. Or like, blue only takes, like, it's a shield, and it gives shields to everyone else, so you have to kill the blue guy first. It's very general, and it's very easy to find out what you need to do, but it's alright. Also, you have to win without using Kohaku heroes. I mean, I guess we can do that again. I don't mind, I suppose. It's not my prerogative, or I don't want to. I want to use Arima. I love him. He's my boy, but let's go ahead and go on. I guess this section's just anti-Kohaku. It's like an entire Ukaku section. It's so weird to, like, actually see the Kagune typings, because even the anime, like, they mention Kagune so seldomly inside the actual show, because inside manga, it's easier to read plot dumps. In anime, you have to kind of adapt every part of the speech, and it's lost to a lot of people along the way. Like, they explain Kagune in a very general way in the first season, via just being like, Kagune are the things we use to fight. Also, you can kind of make them strong if you eat people. It's weird.
There's no end to these things.
No end to what things? The ghouls? That you sound so disappointed for fighting fucking Noro. Dude, listen. Route A was not kind to you with Noro. In fact, let's go back to canon, shall we? God. I just remember his arm. Because whenever I think of Takizawa with this hair, I don't think of him as, like, the Tokyo Ghoul version. I think of him as the version with a little dinky hand, a little, like, mini hand that he gets. They actually never showed that inside the anime either. Oh, this also drops Toka Summerfest shards. So, by the way, if you did want to just not stop progressing because you couldn't get any further inside this quest, you would want to use your stamina all the way on the newest quest that has a boss on it, because not only does it give you the Toka Summerfest shards, it gives you a bunch of items, and also you can level up to be able to get your level higher and get more items off of it. So, like, even if you're stuck without being able to progress inside Tokyo Search, it's still super worth it to use all your stamina. Tokyo Search is easily the most important game mode currently. Also, do I have to use Kohaku only? Did I mess up here? I think I had to use Kohaku heroes only. Okay. They're trying to get me to use only Arimas, aren't they? Here, let's... Narukami, are you... No, you're Ukaku. Okay. Who's another Kohaku we can use? We can use Kuroiwa, but, like, I don't want 2 tanks. Kotaro Amon. We can use Tsukiyama Gourmet. Actually, white shirt Tsukiyama was data mined in the game. And apparently, he's the angry one from the rooftop inside Route A. So, like, I'm excited for that, personally. That scene with Tsukiyama crying is one of... Okay, I find it one of the funniest scenes out there, but that's probably because I'm a bad person. So you can ignore me over here, but we're gonna go ahead and go party. Additionally, this is actually a really good team. This is a real team. This is a real team of Kohakus where we have Ixa, we have a support, and we also have Kisho Arima. Effective. Alrighty. Howdy, everybody. I'm here to take all your lives. I'm sorry about it, but it's a party. I also don't know if you're trying to go for all the stars on these quests. Like, I don't know how important that is, to be honest. I only got 2 stars on the Tsukiyama quest, but I imagine that didn't matter all that much unless the stars actually do affect other parts of the game. Or do you get items off of how many stars you get? I don't. Oh, wow. And even just doing these casually, I've played it 10 times now, and you get a free shard of Toka and evolutionary cells, 40 evolutionary cells, and EXP potions. Jeez, man. Big benefits. Thank you for all of this. Also, once you complete a section of the Tokyo Search thing, you can put certain characters into these little organization things, and you can get items off of it, similar to Feeding Ground. So, for example, here, I would go, Rinkaku type, what if I went Quick? And it puts all my Kanekis that are, or Kanekis and Yamori that are SSR into there to give me these items here. So it would be the gem box, it would be the essence, and it would be the boosted SP. You can do that again for this one as well. Honestly, gunning for as high as you can on the first day seems like a really good plan. By using your stamina, because you can use your diamonds to buy attempts. If you got to the end of this if you got to the end of this entire thing by the end of the first day, you'd be able to claim the rewards off of every single section of this thing every 10 hours, and also all your tasks can be just focused on by doing the ones that need to get done. So I'd say it's really important. Also, if you get to the end of here, you can also get the Toka Summerfest, and more items is always good. Hell, I've played 10 levels and I have 1,000 of this currency. Realistically, if I spent my diamonds right now and I tried to go in all the way I could, I can get to this owl right here, and I would be able to get Toka Summerfest 10 shards. It's really solid. This game mode, I am super excited to be able to play properly. We are going to do one more, because I do have one more stamina here. This is just a very basic level, actually. There's no special thing to it. So let's go ahead and party with a full DPS squad. I actually wonder how hard this game mode can get. I imagine it gets pretty bad later on, but we'll see. Yeah, I also shaved, by the way, if you guys didn't realize. I feel very smooth. Because yesterday I had to go to an appointment to kind of... Basically, I'm trying to get out and use social skills more often. I'm trying to get some stuff done. But in doing that, I'm trying to, like... I don't know, I wanna be clean. I wanna be shaven. It was getting a little bit bad, so... We're back to the baby face McFuck that I doth be. Also, the Game Samba actually posted the Dark War, like, there's kind of like a weird showcase video of all the winners of the gameplay video contest. And inside there, because I was the only one that had face cam on that video, it's so weird because everyone else, like, they cut to their screens and it's like them showing off their teams and stuff, and then it just pops up with me, and I'm like, I'm in the corner, and like Game Samba put crit at one point. It was so goofy, but I'm really happy about it. And I think inside contests like that, being able to put all the winners into one big video, it does kind of, it's nice, it's cute, makes me happy. Additionally, we are going to be done for today. Currently, there's actually no daily quests for Tokyo Search. However, I would say it is Tarara. Nice name. I would say it's easily the most important game mode to do when you log in currently. Even if your inventory did get wiped, I seriously suggest just doing Tokyo Search as much as you can. It is super important and easily the best part of the game currently. Either way, I gotta head to work because it has been 17 minutes, and I gotta leave in 3. Fuck. See you guys next time, and hopefully I'll have some more videos once I come back at like 4:30. Bye. That was goofy. I like that.